moving erratically and even attempting, quite clumsily, the latest TikTok dances. Amused but concerned, DG glances at his phone and sees a message. Update your spyware. New threat detected. With a sigh, DG heads to Metal's hard drive for a manual update. But suddenly, Metal appears right in front of him, blocking his path. DG freezes, stunned to see the once friendly robot with the same eerie green eyes and dark, pulsing veins as Scion's test subjects. With a menacing grin, Metal strikes DG hard across the face, sending him sprawling back. Shocked and hurt, DG tries the emergency shutdown command. DR demands emergency shutdown, but Metal doesn't budge. Now, fully aware that Scion's reach extends even to his robot companion, DG scrambles for a way to stop Metal without destroying the robot he worked so hard to build. As Metal lunges toward him, DG manages to dodge and grab a nearby lamp, preparing to defend himself against his own creation, all while trying to hold his composure. As Metal collapses to the floor, sparking from the jolt, DG's friends rush in. "Thanks, guys. Real helpful," DG says, dusting himself off with a smirk. "No problem," Seb replies with a shrug. Seth simply whistles, clearly unfazed.
Saib, a tech genius in the group, swiftly connects his laptop to Metal's mainframe, hacking into its systems and reversing the frequencies of the transmitter that hacked Metal. Almost immediately, a triangulated map of the signal's origin appears on the screen. That's where Scion's hiding. Saib confirms, eyes glinting with excitement. When they reach the location, the place looks abandoned, eerily quiet, with no movement for miles. But then Metal, still rebooting, twitches as an outline of a massive structure briefly appears and then vanishes like a mirage. It's a hologram, DG realizes. Side B grins, pulling out a program from his arsenal. Luckily, I can disrupt illusions. Give me a sec. After a few quick tweaks, the smokescreen drops, revealing Scion's real base. A colossal fortress-like building. Whoa, this place is a tech labyrinth, Seth marvels. They leave Metal behind to recharge, as Saib assures he'll be back to full power in 20 minutes. As they step onto the grass towards the building, a gentle yapping sound fills the air. Small, adorable robotic puppies run up to greet them, wagging tiny metallic tails. Seth can't help but coo. "Oh my God, I want one." "Don't trust them," DG warns. But as they step onto the lawn, the cuteness vanishes. A chilling robotic voice echoes, "Security mode activated." In an instant, the puppies transform into vicious, hulking guard dogs with steel jaws. The gates morph into towering brick walls. The grass erupts into pools of lava, and a swarm of drones descends from the sky, closing in fast. "What have we done?" one of them yells, eyes wide. "No, what have they done?" DG responds coolly, aiming. He takes down 15 drones with 4 quick shots, showing off as his father expertly downs 3 more in a single shot. But Saib's thinking ahead, tapping into his smartwatch to hack the drone controls. "Got him. If you'd waited, we'd have 50 drones instead of 20, but I'll make it work." He sends the remaining drones ahead to scan and clears the door's security with a quick override. Inside, they find themselves in a grand chamber, lined with shimmering silver walls and vast enough to be an auditorium. A beautiful woman in an elegant gown steps onto a stage, beginning to sing a hauntingly beautiful tune. Her voice is hypnotic, pulling each of them into a trance. One by one, they start to drift under her spell. Eyes glazed, mouths slightly open. DG feels the pull, but remembers the special ounce of weed still in his pocket. Struggling against the spell, he inches his hand into his pocket and inhales just a bit of the magical herb. Instantly, his mind clears and he rushes to share the cure, snapping his friends back to reality. As soon as they're free, the singer escapes through a hidden trap door. Suddenly, the entire room goes pitch black, with only their skeletons visible as the glowing outline in the dark. Seth, energized by the eerie sight, shouts, "Now, that's what I'm talking about." DG shakes his head. "Are you on our side, or are you an op, bro?" Gang, man," Seth laughs, just as a dozen combat robots appear, blending with the darkness, their footsteps barely audible. Saib frantically types on his smartwatch, trying to swap the robots' recognition systems to mistake each other for the intruders. Meanwhile, DG, his father, and Seth spring into action, taking down as many robots as they can, even as they adapt and counter their every move. The fight is brutal, with DG dodging strikes and delivering powerful counterattacks while his father covers him, aiming with precision. Saib finally finds the right code and hits execute, causing the robots to identify each other as the enemy. The robots begin attacking one another, buying the team enough time to regroup. "Nice work, Saib," DG calls out, breathing heavily. But as they move further into the fortress, they know that the toughest battle with Cyan and the final test of Black PL 2026 awaits them. In the eerie silence following their victory over the robots, DG and his friends approach the next room, only to freeze as a voice echoes through their minds, chilling and omnipresent. "You don't know what you're doing," Sion's voice sneers. "Are you prepared to meet your demise?" Seth steps forward defiantly, shouting into the air, "Why are you hiding? Fight us like a real man." Out of nowhere, a flickering hologram of Sion materializes directly in front of Seth, stepping through his body as though he were a ghost. In an instant, Seth's body shatters, particles dispersing into the air. DG screams, "Seth, no!" and fires wildly at the afterimage, but Sion's figure vanishes. The team is stunned, grief-stricken over the sudden loss of their friend. Saib examines the faint, glowing particles left in Seth's wake, recognizing a strange residue, a fusion of the MAO gene, which he remembers from experimental research done by some friends in high school.
If he could create a controlled lab, he might be able to replicate and enhance the gene, perhaps even refining Black PL 2026 into something they could use to fight back. "Give me an hour and I could turn this gene into something stronger," Saib mutters. But time is slipping away. He swiftly sets up a makeshift sterile lab working with precision and urgency. Meanwhile, DG calls out into the silence, "Sion, show yourself!" At a remote, shadowed location, Sion injects yet another dose of Black PL 2026, feeling its volatile power course through him. Although the effects deplete rapidly, he's running low on the precious herb and pushes the dosage higher than ever before. Suddenly, a wave of immense power floods his senses, awakening a new level of control. "Yes, power!" Sion exclaims, and with newfound strength he transports himself back to DG's location. Appearing before them with a smirk, Sion taunts, "Did you miss me?" "No," DG replies coldly. "What happened to you, Sion? You used to be, different." Sion's smirk vanishes, replaced by a scowl. "No, DG, what happened to you?" He lunges forward, a surge of dark energy crackling in his hand. In a flash, he seizes DG and hurls him to the ground with a force that reverberates through the room, leaving DG winded and momentarily stunned. This time, DG realizes, he's up against a version of Sion more powerful and ruthless than he'd ever imagined.
As Sion stands triumphant, Saibi whispers, "You should have killed me a long time ago, Sion." With a sly grin, he tosses a vial to DG, the real formula. DG catches it and drinks. Energy surges through him, radiating a divine glow. Sion's horror unfolds as DG, now a god, thinks, Sion, trapped in a cage. A shimmering force field locks Sion in, rendering him powerless. DG feels his mother's life force fade. Mother, well and whole, he thinks. Miles away, she breathes deeply, revitalized. Then thoughts of Seth arise. Seth, alive and well. In an instant, Seth stands confused, but alive. As Sion thrashes, DG asserts, Sion, powerless! Dark energy vanishes. DG contemplates a world without the meteorite, thinking, it never struck Earth. Reality shifts, and with the glow fading, DG sees family, friends, and a subdued Sion in a peaceful world.